Hey there, Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising. Welcome to your reading. This is November 21st through the 27th, and wow, the Spirit have a message for you. So they sent you the card of the lightning and the rainbow. So the thing about this lightning card, and I don't know if you can really see it, but there is this person here, and the lightning has come through and it has lit up in the solar plexus, in the creative energy of the sacral chakra too, going down to the root. This is taking inspiration, divine inspiration that has illuminated something and going to the ground, grounding it. So when you ground something, that's focused intention, so that, especially because we have Uranus and Taurus, it's definitely focused intention that brings something down and makes it solid, makes it real. And then we have the rainbow, which of course you don't get a rainbow unless there's been a storm. So this has been, I feel like, an idea that came to you in turbulent times of some sort, that's inspired to make this change, to create this change. I think there's still a little bit of, rainbows happen, while there's sun and rain. And so there's still some clouds. There's still some things that need to clear up. There's not total clarity on everything yet, but boy, are you making inspired, promising changes in your life. Here's the lightning. Here's the lightning. This is really an interesting reading. I don't mind the tower. I know some people freak out. Don't freak out. The tower to me is more about grounding an idea, and things that are not good don't work. And oh, by the way, you finish with the Six of Wands, so you're fine. So don't panic yet. Okay, so this is really cool. You have here this sunrise going on here, this rising of the sun, the dawn of a new day here with this Three of Wands. And so this is again here where this is lit up in the solar plexus, and that's the orange and the yellow, and then the sacral chakra here. We actually have the navel chakra involved in this coloration too. And so this is all of the creative energies, and it is divinely guided, inspired. And this sun here looks like this rainbow, right? And so there is this flood. It feels like this flood of inspiration. And gosh, like it feels like it was maybe almost a dark night of the soul energy that you walked through, that has manifested and created into something that is truly beautiful. Really, I'm very excited about these cards here. So let's take a look. So that's the key to the situation here, is creating something, building something. Three of Wands. This is creating a very stable structure with this triangle. And so it's also mind, body, and spirit being the key to the situation. So being in alignment, mind, body, and spirit. So keeping everything in balance. Are you taking care of yourself physically? Are you getting enough rest? Are you, because if you don't have a rested mind, if your brain's not rested, you can't really think. I want to say trying to use sleep as opposed to overabundance of caffeine to be alert. Okay, I'm not opposed to caffeine, but there's a point where it becomes counterproductive. So it's better to be well rested, and actually after like 11 o'clock in the morning, after that, caffeine starts becoming counterproductive. FYI. So here, let's take a look at this tower, because this tower is happening in your area of resources. All right. And so this is focused attention on your area of resources. They want me to go back to spirit. Oh, okay. Yes. All right. So mind, body, and then spirit. Do you do things that make you feel joy-filled and happy? That's your spirit. Are you spending time in connection with spirit? Even if you're like super busy and you connect with spirit while you're taking a shower in the morning, that's fine. In fact, I get a lot of great stuff that comes through in the shower. And so really connecting in, taking time to just also, but the joy, they keep talking about the joy. So the spirit of you, that you're creating from joy. Okay, so this tower, this is focused intention. on areas of your resources. And so your resources is your energy, right? So that's mind, body, spirit again there. And also, do you have knowledge and wisdom that you can impart to others? The focused intention on how to disseminate this and where and when. I love that there's a lightning strike. So it feels like there's a, oh my gosh, I'm an inspired idea of how to solve a problem, to mentor somebody, how to work with my finances to get things more in order, because the overall energy is the card of the Six of Pentacles, the balance. The balance is the balance of energy. So giving and receiving in balance in areas of your energy and your effort and your finances, and being compensated in a way that is definitely balanced. In the area of what's been draining your spirit, you have the Five of Swords. And so I feel like you were feeling very much under attack. And also, swords are thoughts, but this feels like I never noticed this before. This one sword points up and all the rest point toward the shark. It's almost as though your aggression was swamped with other people's massive aggression, or it's an over aggressive response to something that stung, right? So somebody says one little thing and you're so stressed out that you have like this major verbal, it feels like diarrhea, verbal diarrhea, like what? You just like let it all out, right? So it's very much winner take all. Like the intensity of this card is so wild. It's almost like you were on guard with that one sword pointing up, and you're giving the whole world the side eye, like don't even come at me. And that whole energy of trying to hold it all together while you feel like multiple things are coming at you was exhausting. It feels very exhausting in the heart space. The way you transform the situation is the Seven of Swords, which is interesting because they divide out the five swords into one pile and the two into the other, and it's the raccoon, but he's formed like this cross with them. And I really think it's about meditating to solve your problems as opposed to overthinking. It's like there's a creative, different way to see things. It's like, I can only handle this much. I'm only going to deal with these two things, and the other things can wait. And that's a really good way to manage anxieties and stuff. And so it almost feels like in the dark of the night, stuff comes to you, and there is a need for you to say, you know what, I am only going to deal with this and not worry about that. And that can be resolved later. You have some major arcanas here besides the Tower. In the area of what you've been seeking, this is a physical transformation, the Judgment card. This, to me, when it's butterflies, that is in the physical instead of the spiritual. And so this feels like there was some kind of a change that needed to be made in the 3D practical world where, you know, a decision was made to make that change, to create a change that brings things back into balance, because the action to take is the card of justice. And so there's a need to, again, balance things out. Balance is really important here because even this triangle here is very balanced. And so there's a need to create a balance in your life by being very selective of what you're going to involve yourself with. You're being very inspired. You are being asked, though, to remain cautious, right? Because there's still clouds. There's still things that need to be cleared up. You know, this card actually speaks to the fact that you're rounding a corner, but there's a need to pay attention. Not everything is as clear as it can be, right? All the clouds haven't lifted yet. But we do have the dawn here, the sun rising, and in the heart space we have the beautiful King of Pentacles. This is knowing, and look at all of these, what looks like antlers, which it wouldn't be, but it looks like all these antlers, all this intuition, this divine inspiration coming down. Spirit of Pentacles says this is knowing in your heart how connected you are with Spirit, and it is through that connection with Spirit that you manifest. And so it's not about all these swords. It's about figuring out what needs to be dealt with and how to bring it into balance. And so when we're really stressed, we tend to tune out our own intuition, but you're being encouraged to bring your intuition back into it, because we have the Queen of Cups, the Heart of Cups. And so what feels good in the heart space, following your heart, listening to your heart, really trusting your judgment and your intuition. This is how you're going to move this thing forward, because you complete with the Six of Wands. And so this week you have a chance to really anchor into a victory of some sort. And I think the victory is setting down 5 swords, saying those 5 things are not worth my time and my effort, and I'm going to tower moment, whatever that is. That doesn't have anything to do with where I'm going. And I do think, though, with the 2 of Swords that are left here and him being masked up, this raccoon, it really says to use your intuition again. Because in the 2 of Swords and Rider-Waite, there would be there's this need to really feel your way through something instead of thinking your way through it, right? And there's this cross purposes thing. And so I think when you're trying to overthink instead of listening with your heart, you may miss the really good advice that's trying to be sparked up in your life. So really allowing yourself to open to your intuition. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I love it when Spirit lets me know I'm on the right track. All right, so as we go through this week, we start off with that moon in Scorpio. So the moon's in Scorpio for the second time while the sun was in Scorpio. That doesn't happen very often. And so we're walking out of this month in the darkness, right? Needing to really assess how we've transformed our lives. And there's an appreciation that really should be paid to it, and a need to really get in touch with Spirit. Really communicating through that energy is really important here, because we have a new moon coming up right after the sun moves into Sagittarius. And so we have a shifting of the signs. We're moving out of water into fire. There's this expansive, optimistic energy coming in. And so in this quiet space of Monday and Tuesday, really feeling the inspiration and the messages. And so I really want to encourage you to find some space in there to meditate, right? Mind, body, and spirit. Really focused on the spirit part here, because you have the Lotus card, and this is a card of connecting with Spirit. Your crown chakra is a lotus flower with 1,000 petals, okay? So you really want to open that up and try to receive as much as you can. It says flowering spirit, revelation, and maturity. And there is a maturing of the energy that is happening as the moon has moved through as the sun has moved through Scorpio with those 2 eclipses that we had, and now a little revisit of that energy with the moon again in Scorpio. And so there's been a maturing of our spiritual growth and development, and you have the card of meditation, peace, relief, and sanctuary. And so where you have been struggling to make time to connect in with your higher self through the Queen of Cups energy here, there is, again, the call to do so when the King of Pentacles, the King of Spirit, shows up in the heart space. And so really connecting in to receive your guidance about what is the next best steps to take to bring balance into your life. There's a need for balance, and I think you're going to receive some very shocking revelations, and you're going to be like, that's what I need to do. Not shocking like horrible, but shocking like inspired, divinely guided. This is what needs to change in order for me to do this. I got to change this routine. I got to do this thing differently. I need to talk to this person. I need to switch up the way this is done. It's a very practical energy because we have the energy of Taurus here with the Uranus and Taurus, kind of the tower right now. And this grounding of the lightning. And so, yes, I feel like it's a very inspired idea, but it has a very practical application, which is why there's this grounded, nice, solid foundation here, mind, body, and spirit. There's a practical nature to the information you're receiving, but it's important to connect in with spirit so you can receive the information they're trying to bring you. And they don't want you to forget that you should be creating from joy. That is the most important part of this. There is this need to really create from the joy in your heart, you know, what brings in the happiness. Because when that moon is, I am doing a new moon reading in the collective reading for each of the signs. That will be Sunday night, 7:30 Eastern Time Zone US. So that'll be on the 20th, where I do pull the cards for each sign for the new moon, plus to the overall collective for the week. But your new moon here in this, during the time that the moon is in Sagittarius, and they really want you to remember that you have unlimited possibilities. And here we have the dragonflies. You have unlimited and more lotus. You have unlimited possibilities and joy. And with the optimistic energy that we have coming in, I really can't encourage you enough to seek the joy to create the balance in your life. So there should be joy, mind, body, and spirit, right? But the center of it should be joy. Everything should be done with the idea that this is fun. So if you want to start an exercise program, do something you like. You don't have to do something you don't like. That doesn't make any sense. You're supposed to be creating from joy. If you're making dietary changes, don't be something that you go, oh God, I can only drink this one shake today and that's all I can have. Oh my God, that sounds miserable. Don't do that. You can make changes to your diet that don't fill you with dread and uncomfortable, right? There's things you can do, mind, body, and spirit, creating from joy, doing things that you enjoy so that you can create balance in your life. And work hard, play hard. I feel like I need to tell everybody that. It's been so much just hard lately that I feel like there's a reminder that joyful play does not cost money. It doesn't cost money. You can create joy without that. You got the grizzly bear spirit has your back. I love it. Okay, so the moon in Capricorn over the weekend definitely has this preparatory energy, because the next time the moon gets into Capricorn, it's when we have a new moon in Capricorn on Christmas Eve on the 23rd. And so it does carry this energy of we're preparing for the next step while we're very optimistic and working through the joy of what we're doing. So if you're still watching and you haven't hit the thumbs up, I'd super appreciate you doing that now. The grizzly bear says power. I am indestructible. I honor my intuition. Okay, look. I am indestructible. I honor my intuition. They're just wrapping this up for you. And I go where it leads me. Love and gentleness are my real strength. I never give up. I will succeed. Love and gentleness are my real strength. I never give up. I will succeed. I am indestructible. And look, that grizzly bear got the fish. Fish represents life, right? It is abundance. It is, you know, he might win the big fat bear contest. Ooh, I didn't pay attention to that one. Is it already over? No, they must be doing it now. Like there's some site where they some park service where they follow the grizzly bears and everybody guesses who's going to weigh the most. They don't weigh them. They guess. All right, I'll have to find that. I'll try to find that and put that in the description box if I can find it. All right, so never give up. I will succeed. I will bring my life back into balance. I will be inspired. I will be inspiring. You guys are on your way to victory, 6 of Wands. It's just a need to bring it all into balance, mind, body, and spirit. All right? You're limitless. You can do this. I'll see you guys soon. I'm on Facebook every day. I don't even know if I mentioned that. Get a little more into astrology over there. Take care, and I hope to see you in the chat on Sunday at 7:30.